I said we would be joined by a special guest, and we are. This is Majed El Shafie, who has been on this broadcast before. It's been someone we've worked with some throughout the years. Majed, welcome to the show, but I also wanted to give our audience who may be new to you, who don't know your background, give them a little bit of your story. And then, of course, you've made a brand new movie. If you're watching on our Rumble feed or our YouTube feed, you just saw a trailer for it. We'll have that to show later on. But let's give people our audience here, a brief background of you and then why you made this movie.
Well, my name is Majed El Shafie. I was born in Egypt from a Muslim family. And in very young age, I can see the issues with Islam as a religion. And in the age of 18, I converted to Christianity. I was arrested by the Egyptian authority. I was tortured very severely. I received the death penalty. And I stole a jet ski and I crossed the border, escaping from Egypt to Israel. And through the intervention of Amnesty International and the UN, I was able to be a free man. And now I'm in Canada, Toronto, as a head of One Free World International. An organization was built to help people who used to be in the same location or position like myself. When October 7 happened, I believe that God used Israel to save my life when I escaped from Egypt to Israel. And I felt it's my duty to return the favor. And I went, after October 7, immediately, I went to Israel to document the issues, the writing report, human rights report about what's happened with October 7, the reaction of the international world, the fact-finding mission about exactly what evidence were against crimes against humanity that we saw that committed by Hamas against the Israelis. And the documentary Dying to Live, it was extremely important. And in order for us to show the world what's happening and stop this movement of propaganda and anti-Semitism that we see around us today. And I felt that as an Egyptian Christian, I have a duty here to speak the truth, only the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that is really obviously close to the heart of our audience here. When they hear about this, Israel has always played a big part in the Jewish people. And when you get to hear stories like yours, you're really seeing what is being uncovered. And Dying to Live, it's told from your perspective. Again, like you said, as a non-Jewish person, it says that even in the trailer. What is important to you that everyone understands about this crisis more than just supporting Israel or more than just supporting the Jewish people? Why is this a worldwide issue for you and for our audience that may not feel as emotionally connected to what's happening there?
When we started the movie, and I started with a Canadian director, amazing one, Chris Atkins of One Media. And the vision of the movie is to show the truth. And within our investigation, we found that there is two perspectives that was shocking to us. Number one, how the people in Gaza reacted to October 7, how the Palestinians themselves saw this as a victory. None of them saw this as an issue or a crime or what's happened to the civilians, the rape, the killing, the kidnapping that took place, the children that Hamas killed. None of them saw an issue with this. The second thing that we found is how the international community reacting to this. And we saw these demonstrations and this wave of anti-Semitism, not just in our streets, but even in our respectful universities and schools. And these people that demonstrated, they failed to answer one simple question. They said that they are demonstrating for ceasefire, for the Palestinians' rights, for the social dignity, and so on and so forth of the Palestinians. Where have you been when Bashar al-Assad was killing his own people? Where have you been when Iran was killing their own people because a woman just showed a little bit here? Where have you been when Saudi Arabia attacked Yemen and killed hundreds of thousands of innocents? Where have you been when China took a Muslim Uyghurs and put them in a concentration camp? Why did not come out for demonstrating that? So this is anti-Semitism. This is purely anti-Semitism. Let me just make this very clear. Yep. And there is the old anti-Semitism and the new anti-Semitism. The old anti-Semitism, hate the Jews, kill the Jews. That's Hitler's speeches to you. But the new anti-Semitism, you take the word Jews and you put instead of them Israel or Zionists. And that will be the new anti-Semitism that we see right now in our media and in our streets.
Yeah, Absolutely.
Well, and you bring up in our media, and what we've seen is very powerful anti-Semitic propaganda, anti-Israel propaganda. There was a very brief period after October 7th where it seemed like the world was shocked by what happened. And then after that, immediately they flipped and went forward with the anti-Semitic narrative. We see that that's a problem. We know that we have to combat it with media like yours, like your film, like what we do on this broadcast. But what did you make of that after that brief shock moment from the world and then turning the page and once again attacking Israel?
It took 3-4 days. I just want to make this very clear. So this period that you're talking about, the shock that the world was kind of, supporting Israel, it took 3 days. But the issue that we're facing is not just the rising of the anti-Semitism, is the lack of the politically correctness that we see, the lack of the truth. And politically correctness is the very cancer in our Canadian or American society. You have to understand that. That's how our society will collapse, politically correctness. While the people dying and the Muslim extremists is taking over Syria, Libya, taking over the majority of the Middle East, the people is worried about what Hamas. Now, they come and they tell you, for example, let me just tell you how the people lost their mind or how the media really lost their mind. They tell you 46,000 Palestinian was killed, civilian Palestinians. You ask them, how did you get these numbers? They tell you, from Hamas health ministry.
Right.
So you are willing to believe an organization that they are a terrorist organization. You are willing to believe their numbers. Let's assume me and you right now. Let's assume me and you that this number is correct. How do you know that they are civilians? How we don't know that maybe 80% of them Hamas fighters, Hamas terrorist fighters? How do you know? How do you know? And after that, when you echo by International Court of Justice, when you are echo with the international institution that's supposed to be unbiased, and there was 100% bias against Israel and the Jewish people, now you tell me, where have we go here wrong? Where? We have to wake up, because today is Israel and the Jewish people, tomorrow's will be the Christians and others.
Yeah, absolutely. Majed, thank you so much for stating what you just said. It was really important. I think our audience needs to hear it. I think it's resonating. I can see in the comments a lot of people are asking about the film and how they can see this movie. Again, it's available now, but can you tell people how they can watch it and why they feel like you should share it with your friends and everything? Because, again, it's a different perspective than what a lot of maybe the pro-Israel audience usually hears. Like I said, it's usually our Jewish friends who are out there talking about it, our Christian friends. But you have such a unique story, and that movie is available right now, Dying to Live.
It's all over the Rumble and Salem, and you can go to our website as well, onefreeworldinternational.org, and you can always communicate with us. The most important than the movie, listen to me, I know that the people listening right now, and this is my last second, the most important than the movie, there is one last message I need to tell all of you that listening to us. The people that they are facing the persecution, Christians or Jews or whatever minorities, you have to understand that they are dying, but they're still smiling. They are in very deep dark night, but they still have the candle of the living God. Believe me when I tell you, Hamas and a terrorist organization like them, they have a lot of weapons. They have a big army, but we have the Lord Almighty. They can kill the believers, but they cannot kill the belief of our hearts. They can kill the dreamer, but no one can kill the dream. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Again, as he said, you can find that movie, Dying to Live, on Rumble. Our friends over at Rumble set that up. Again, they did our movie last year, and now they got his movie because I think they're providing great sort of pay-per-view options you can rent and buy, as well as you can find it on different platforms as well. We'll make sure we put a link to it. But thank you so much for joining us.